When you think of Americans flying overseas for surgery, what comes to mind? Maybe a cheap nose job or a hair transplant? Well, think again. Because in 2025, tens of thousands of Americans are traveling to Turkey for surgeries that are far more complex and far more common than you might imagine. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we explore medical tourism, global healthcare tips, and how people are saving thousands without sacrificing safety. If that sounds like something you need, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out. Let's get into today's topic. The top 5 surgeries that Americans are getting in Turkey, and why. We're going beyond the stereotypes here. You'll be surprised not just by what these surgeries are, but also by the quality of care people are receiving and how much they're saving in the process. 1. Hair transplant surgery. This is probably the most talked about surgery when it comes to Turkey, and for good reason. Turkey is considered the hair transplant capital of the world, especially for FUE and DHI methods. Clinics in Istanbul are performing thousands of hair transplants every month, with patients flying in from the US, UK, Germany, and the Middle East. Why Americans love it. Cost: $2,000 to $2,500 in Turkey versus $10,000 to $15,000 in the US. Packages often include hotel, transfers, PRP treatment, aftercare products, expertise. Turkish doctors have done tens of thousands of procedures. Recovery: most patients are out exploring the city 2 days later. And yes, the results are excellent when done at a reputable clinic. 2. Dental implants and smile makeovers. We're not just talking about whitening here. We're talking about full mouth restorations, implants, veneers, and zirconium crowns. In the US, a single implant can cost $3,000 to $4,500. A full mouth makeover can reach $30,000 or more. In Turkey, that same treatment, using brands like Straumann or Nobel Biocare, can cost as little as $5,000 to $8,000 total, often including 24+ crowns, bone grafting, implants, and hotel stay. Why do Americans love it? Insurance often doesn't cover cosmetic dentistry. No wait times. Dentists explain everything in English. Treatments are completed in a week, not months. The before and after pictures online are incredible. 3. Weight loss surgeries, bariatric procedures. This is a growing trend. Americans are flying to Turkey for gastric sleeve surgery, gastric bypass, and balloon procedures. In the US, bariatric surgery can cost $20,000 to $30,000, even with partial insurance. In Turkey, gastric sleeve, $3,500 to $5,000. Gastric bypass, $5,500 to $6,500. Intragastric balloon, around $2,500. These are performed by specialized bariatric surgeons in modern hospitals, with full medical teams and English-speaking staff. Patients often receive pre-op blood work and evaluations, 1 or 2 nights in a private hospital room, dietitian consultations, follow-up support after returning home. Americans with limited insurance or high deductibles find Turkey a life-changing and affordable alternative. 4. Plastic and cosmetic surgery. Now let's talk about what many already assume, but with some surprises. Yes, Americans come to Turkey for rhinoplasty, nose job, breast augmentation, liposuction, tummy tuck, Brazilian butt lift, BBL, face and neck lifts. But what's different in 2025 is the rise of combo packages, multiple procedures done in one session. For example, a mommy makeover in the US can cost $25,000 to $35,000. In Turkey, that same package might cost $6,000 to $9,000, including pre-op testing, surgeon consultation, general anesthesia, hotel stay, transportation, aftercare garments, and medication. Turkish plastic surgeons are highly experienced, and many have worked or trained in the US or Europe. And because recovery happens in high-end facilities or luxury hotels, the post-op experience feels far more like a wellness retreat than a hospital stay. 5. Eye surgeries, LASIK, and cataract removal. This one surprises people, but it's growing fast. Many Americans travel to Turkey for LASIK or SMILE vision correction, cataract removal and lens replacement. keratoconus treatments, corneal transplant and cross-linking. Prices: LASIK in US, $4,000 to $5,000. LASIK in Turkey, $900 to $1,500. Cataract surgery in US, $6,000 plus per eye. Cataract surgery in Turkey, $1,200 to $1,800 per eye. Why Americans love it? No insurance coverage at home. Quick scheduling. Surgeons using Zeiss, Alcon, and Wavelight technology. Recovery in a hotel, not at home alone. Turkish ophthalmology centers in cities like Istanbul and Ankara are world-class and JCI accredited. So, why are these 5 surgeries so popular among Americans? Let's recap the key reasons. Massive cost savings. Up to 80% cheaper. No wait times. You can schedule within weeks. All-inclusive packages. Hotel, transport, meds. Specialist doctors who focus on one procedure. Safe, clean, modern facilities. A chance to recover in a beautiful country with real hospitality. And here's something many don't realize. Many Americans say they felt better taken care of in Turkey than in their own system. They had more time with the doctor, more follow-up, and a smoother overall experience. Of course, it's not perfect. There are bad clinics too. That's why research is so important. Always choose JCI-accredited hospitals, read verified reviews, ask about follow-up care, and avoid clinics that promise too much for too little. Final thoughts. So, there you have it. The top 5 surgeries Americans are getting in Turkey, and the real reasons why. If you're considering any of these treatments, it's worth at least exploring what Turkey has to offer. You're not just saving money, you may actually be upgrading your entire healthcare experience. Tell me in the comments. Would you ever fly abroad for surgery? Which of these surprised you the most? If you got value from this video, be sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. And don't forget to subscribe, because next up, we're diving into real patient stories. Before and after my hair transplant in Istanbul. You won't want to miss it. Until next time, stay smart, stay curious, and take your health into your own hands.